I've been thinking about doing Ozempic, and it's something I've held out on, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful drug for so many people when it's prescribed by a doctor, and it's helped a lot of people. But it's also, I feel, been abused, especially by Hollywood. And what I mean by abused is taken for the wrong reasons, really just for vanity's sake rather than for an actual medical weight loss sake.
Yeah, all we have to do is look in the producing studio, and I always use Rebecca as our shining example of when her doctor tells her that she's pre-diabetic and she should get on Ozempic. There is no such thing as pre-diabetic. Pre-diabetic means your sugar levels are great.
Yeah, and I think sometimes doctors try and put stuff in terms that we would understand, like, hey, maybe you're maybe you're not pre-diabetic. Maybe that's the way you're entering the caution zone. Just give it to us straight, man. Yeah. So I booked an appointment after doing I say research. It's not like I'm conducting the studies, but I do think you can go online to credible sources and do your own research and learn stuff. And so I booked an appointment because I wanted to know more. And so my doctor and I talked about it. And there's apparently 10 years of research with semaglutides and 5 with this. She wanted to put me on Zepbound. And I wanted to be very careful because I told her, I was like, this is not a decision I make lightly. Looking at my file, everything you know about me I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which means there are metabolic issues, harder for me to lose weight. Do you think I'm a good candidate? And she's like, yes, I feel very comfortable prescribing this. It's helped so many patients. This is a good route for you if you want to take it. And so I went home and talked to my husband, and I was like, I can't shake the feeling that it feels like a cop-out for me. Because when I hear other people taking it, I'm like, yes, do what you need to do for your health. But for me, because I just haven't been able to hit the gym on a regular basis the way I would want to and really focus on trying to do things, I don't want to say the natural way because I feel like there's a stigma around that. And I'm really not trying to stigmatize anyone who's using a GLP-1. But I feel like I haven't put in the effort to do it the natural way. And although I do know that I have problems losing weight even when I do. And so I'm afraid it feels like a cop-out and a Band-Aid almost to a bigger problem. And that's why I haven't gotten on it yet.
All right. So you have a credible source, i.e. your doctor, recommending this for you, right?
Well, that's an oxymoron sometimes, but continue.
You trust your medical professional.
I do.
Implicitly,
yes.
I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Because you and I do our research when it comes to who our medical providers are. And I trust Dr. Hurley implicitly. And so I'm sure you trust your general practitioner. So it totally makes sense, everything you're saying, because you're looking at your life and you're like, I can do more in these areas if I really wanted to lose weight. Whether it's I could carve out more time for the gym, you can look at what you're eating and be like, I can do XYZ here. But I'm wondering if by taking this, that will be the push you need to step up in those other areas. And that'll be the catalyst to get you on this, in your health era, and then you'll be able to lose weight both ways.
Yeah, and I think you're right, because whenever I do start something, I like to go all in, and not in a crazy, unsustainable way. I think my thing is my schedule is just so stupid right now. Sometimes it's 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. I don't have an hour or two where I can go to the gym, and I want to. I want to go to the gym. I want to cook more healthy. I just don't have the time. So when I'm looking at my life, I'm like, what changes can I make to my health? And I don't have time. Well, GLP-1s, that would slot in there nicely. That's something I can do. But it feels like a shortcut I shouldn't be taking if I can't dedicate the time and energy to doing it properly.
So here's my problem with these is that at some point or another, you have to get off of them, right? You can't be on them your entire life, although even that's debatable now. So my problem with this is, yes, you don't have the time right now. I know your lifestyle. I know you. You're a person that's never going to have time. Your schedule isn't going to change, because even if you could roll back you're going to fill it with something that makes you feel productive.
And I'm begging you to make you a priority.
Yeah.
Let me just finish real quick.
I love going to the gym now, though.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but here's my problem with it, or my concern, I should say, is that at some point or another, you have to get off of them. And if you don't make the time and you're doing the same things then that you're doing now, the weight comes right back on and puts you right in the same spot.
Yeah, I mean, you're totally right. And that would be one of my concerns as well. And that's why, like, going into it, is it a Band-Aid? Should I do it knowing that I don't have any consistency in my schedule in order to be able to do things like the gym? The food I can do, but like the gym or the health walks, and people are like, just do this, do that. I'm telling you, like, I've slotted it in every way I can. Just right now is the timing's not working. So I've said that for the last 40 years.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be like that for the next 40 years also.
So, yeah, that's my question then. If I know that's how my life is, it's just chaos right now and I don't have time to carve that stuff out, do I go ahead and take a solution that's been offered to me that could achieve those health goals? Because I'm coming at it from a health angle, but knowing that there may be a more natural, it's so hard picking my words right now because I really don't want anyone to feel bad, but a more unmedicated way to reach that goal that I could do, but I can't. It feels like cheating the system because I haven't tried in all the ways that everyone else has tried to lose weight before getting on.
I think it's also important to look at the medication as any other medication that other people take. When you're hardwired, when your body is hardwired to act in a certain way. So I've had this same struggle with anti-anxiety medication or antidepressants. I've never gotten on them before. And I think one of the reasons I've never gotten on them is because I think, well, I should be able to handle it in an X, Y, and Z way. I should just go to I should actually pay for therapy, or I should be able to do this and handle this on my own. Whereas maybe the reality is I'm hardwired to be somebody who is incredibly anxious, or somebody who finds that very, very difficult to handle that on my own. Whereas if I have the resources to be able to make my life a little bit easier, maybe just by popping a pill, I've had a hard time with seeing that as a crutch. But at the same time, like, I know so many people in my life who have been helped by those medications. So maybe your body is hardwired in a certain way to where a GLP-1 could act in the same way that an antidepressant could.
I want to take a call from Maggie here also. And I also want to say this, my concern in doing research on these also is that we just don't know what the long-term effects are yet. So it could be a quick fix right now. We just don't know in 10 or 15 years what the effect it's going to have on our bodies. Hey, Maggie, good morning.
Morning. So, Cassie, I just want to say do it. That's my recommendation. I am a mom of two, and I hit the obese category. I hit pre-diabetes, and my doctor just looked at me and was like, you need to exercise and lose weight, which, they always say. And I was like, how am I supposed to do that? Full-time job, 2 kids. I'm on anti-anxiety as well. But I've lost 40 pounds on it, and I scheduled an appointment with an endocrinologist who is specifically study PCOS, and she said it's done wonders for people on PCOS.
Oh, hey, would you feel comfortable emailing me the name of that doctor? I totally understand if you don't.
Oh, no, I'd totally be comfortable emailing that to you.
Thank you.
If you want that information. But I made sure, because, women's health, I made sure to, I did that so that I could create a plan to get off of it in the end. But it's made it to where, before I couldn't eat anything without gaining weight.
And now you feel like you have more control over your life because of it?
I don't like you guys referring to yourselves as POS.
PCOS. I think something like 1% of the population has it, but it's undiagnosed.
And I'm about to make it worse, and I'm sorry.
No, do it.
You have a big birthday coming up, right?
I do.
It's only going to get more difficult to lose weight when you get into your 40s.
Yeah, and I want to just address this too. Like, I've had conversations with my doctor, and I'll be honest, like, I'm a big champion of body neutrality now. It used to be positivity, but I've heard Kristen talk about just being neutral about your body, and I love that. This is really not about the weight loss for me. It's about being told, like, yo, you need to do something or you're going to go on cholesterol meds for the rest of your life. And I take it, that is something I need to take seriously. And I've tried. And everyone knows this. You can try, but you always, I'm going to start working out Monday. You roll your ankle. It just happens that way. And so I'm like, do I sit here and struggle bus and keep trying to do the same thing that's not working over and over? Or do I take the out that I have offered to me?
I don't think it's an out. I think you need to change your mindset.
The Bert Show.